past elite clients that have gone through the program and have had an opportunity to take advantage of the things that we've put together in terms of a package that will allow your young athletes to be able to do things that is going to teach them things that they do at the next level in terms of learning how to operate in a more responsible and professional manner as they go to college. Not everybody's going to be a college athlete, and this program is not about being a college athlete more than it's about really grabbing a hold of values and things that are necessary to show them what a real work ethic looks like here with Trilogy Sports and Fitness. Uh, I'll be coming on, if I can get my background to align, I'll be coming on so some of you all can see my face. It's not pretty to look at, but I'll bring it on so that you all can kind of have opportunity to meet me. So with that being said, I am getting ready to go ahead and get everything kicked off with our presentation here tonight. And again, we're glad to have you all, as being a part of what we got going on here. So let me do one thing here. All right. I believe we're ready to rock and roll. So again, welcome to the Trilogy Elite Invitational, where we're going to share some pretty exciting information with you all tonight about what's happening here in our program. All right. If you haven't had an opportunity to talk with one of our trainers or myself about our EAS system, which is our elite athlete system, you're going to learn a lot tonight that's going to talk about the potential and how it's going to affect your young athlete in a greater capacity with the things that we feel that is necessary and that we've seen be successful, in the past with some of the other athletes that have come through the system. So tonight the meeting is going to consist of, a few things here tonight that we're going to cover. One, you're going to get a basic introductory about Trilogy Sports and Fitness, and then we'll have an opportunity to look at the administration staff. We're going to talk more in depth about the program, take a look at former EAS clients, and then most important, give you all the details needed to know why a lot of the athletes are looking to be a part of the program. Now, we've had athletes inquire about being a part of the EAS program, but not everybody gets an opportunity to be in the program for one aspect or the other, but we'll talk about that more in depth tonight, which we'll talk about the testing system or either the staff selection that allows us to look at after the athlete has been in the program long enough and we've seen the results and we have the progressions, then as a staff, and then, we're able to talk with you all as parents about what the next steps would look like that, getting into the program. Then we'll talk about, a few recent testimonials of those now experiencing the EAS program for the first time this year. So we'll hear that tonight. And then we'll have a Q&A to get some of your questions answered, and we'll close it out and allow you all to get back to flipping through the channels or whatever you're doing on this great evening. All right, so here's a little bit about Trilogy Sports and Fitness that you may or may not have known. Trilogy was established May 2011 as an S corporation. Now, we, since 2000, we have already been in function and moving and doing some things, but more so we had joined, ourselves with some other programs. So really we wasn't flying under our own banner as Trilogy Sports and Fitness. So in 2011, That's when the decision was made to go ahead and go with that election. We're currently, because of our app and our ability to serve clients here locally and regionally, nationally, and in some cases, we have a client that's in Afghanistan right now going through our program as a soldier in the Army. And so we're able to serve clients all over. But our demographics range from ages 7 to 65 years of age. And if you're 70 years old and you want to participate, we have a program for you also. But one of the great things about our program, because we are tied in to our humanitarian uh, organization, which is going to allow us to do some things through our Pro Talk scholarship and mentorship program to have our program to allow you all, those who are here with Trilogy, to write off 100% of your payments into the program as charitable deductions. We can talk about that later, but I just wanted to make sure that that's a bonus um, for being a part of our program. No other sports, performance, or fitness program that I know of in the metro or even regionally, as I've talked to other people who are joining our programs from some of the other states, Kentucky or New York, no one has yet uh, made me aware that they are able to do that with their programs. So make sure you ask about that, and we'll be sure to get you information on that. All righty. All right. So here's our vision. All right. So by 2028, Trilogy Sports will fully launch Project 1000. I envision that we will acquire, mold, and change the lives of 1,000 new clients through our online Fit Perform curriculum. And so basically, what we're looking to do is really get more people in these various communities to really understand our philosophy on putting your all in all in achieving true health, achieving optimal health. If you're an athlete, really understanding what it means to give everything you got towards achieving the goals that you set out for yourself in terms of health and performance, because these are very things that are carrying me forward. And I know a lot of our staff and those who have been around us for a long time, there are principles and just mindsets that we need to be able to associate ourselves with and achieve so that we can really get a full grasp of what it means to be truly healthy. All right. My mission is providing our clients with the most innovative tools for achieving true interpersonal health. Now, what that means for, in terms of true interpersonal health, that means mind, body, spirit for us. We're not just looking to enhance our bodies. We're not looking just to get strong, but really we want to have a closeness and a well-roundedness. And from a spiritual standpoint, we want to really be tied to what it was meant for our bodies to do, you know, and I'm a big proponent of that. For myself, I'm really big on making sure that I'm truly aligned where I need to be so that I can perform how I should. And so the overall mission here is to help, our athletes and our general fitness population be without excuse when it comes down to optimal health and performance. If you haven't had an opportunity to peruse through our website, which is www.trilogyexplosion.com, you'll have the opportunity to find out that we offer more than just, you know, programs for athletes. So we actually have a fitness curriculum for youth and adults. We offer online fitness programming, which we have a lot of people from truckers who are going all across America. We design programs that, especially if they're going through partner driving, then we have programs that they can do right there in the truck, even though it's bad weather, or if they have certain stop routines that they are on a particular route that they normally have. We have programs that they can get fitness in, from that capacity, or we have, individuals who travel with their particular careers, and we're able to design programs for them as well. But of course, we have our sports specific performance programs that we offer, and then our scholarship and mentorship opportunities, which we would talk about a little later. So let's get familiar with our staff and some of the familiar faces that have been around the Trilogy program in the past. Here on the left, the owner, president of Trilogy Sports and Fitness. I started with this dream way back when I was playing football at the University of Central Missouri State, but more so my passion really ignited. My mother uh, passed away from cervical cancer, and she also had some other areas be engulfed with cancer. And, going through that pain, it allowed me to really position myself mentally to know that if there's anything I can do on this earth in terms of acquiring the right knowledge, positioning my body and my mind and my spirit to grab a hold of it, I'm going to do everything that I can while I have breath in my body to be passionate about health and share that with others. And so here's our staff. Uh, you have John Thomas, who's our business development officer. Uh, Coach Dante, I know all of you all are pretty familiar with our operations manager who, if you're calling and having questions about the programming or making payments or canceling or adding sessions, then you had an opportunity to talk with Dante. And of course, Coach Birdsong, or Coach Bird, as we call him here around the gym, is our program director. But these are the gentlemen behind all the administration that we do here with Trilogy Sports and Fitness. And we are fastly expanding, have a lot of things that are taking place. I know one of the things that we're doing at our humanitarian foundation is that we're partnering with Robert Mathis and Daniel Muir with the Gridiron Gang. And so there's a lot of things that you all are going to really see come to fruition here in the near future. And so we're excited about those things that are taking place. And actually, we have one of our partners on the line listening in, Mr. Lee Campbell. He's one of the strength and conditioning coaches that have already done a pro talk segment for one of our, for our athletes early on, in which we'll be feeding you all more information about that, as I said prior. All right, so here are some of the notable athletes that you all may know that these are from the Kansas City area. And so Brandon Lloyd, who went to Blue Springs High School, Shane Ray, he went to Bishop Miege, and Alec Burks, he went to Grandview High School, and Brandon played for the 49ers and the Patriots and had a pretty good career. Shane Ray played with the Broncos. Currently, he's in the CFL. He leaves, I believe, at the end of the month to go up to get back rolling, on the field. And Alec Burks, he played when he came out of Colorado. He ended up playing with the Utah Jazz, and so he's still currently playing. And we have a whole host of other professionals that, if we continue listing here, we'll be talking only about that aspect, other than what you guys are here to find out and listen to today. So what this is about is really taking full advantage of the Trilogy experience, from the Pro Talk mentorship to really, utilizing the Trilogy app to the maximum capacity in terms of what's offered with the Trilogy app. We try to make sure that we give you a base rundown, when you as parents come into the gym to get your athlete's schedule, but there's a lot more that goes into utilizing the Trilogy athletes. I mean, using the Trilogy app that will allow you to really get a full view of what is happening here at Trilogy and how you can really utilize this tool to see the progressions and the feedback that go into your athlete coming into our facility on a day-to-day basis. And then just here looking at our uh, performance curriculum, what we've noticed, and not from our own mouths, but from past clients, from a lot of people that we've helped out in the past, they feel and have expressed that, they noticed that this is one of the number one performance curriculums throughout the metro. And Phillip Brooks this past year at K-State as a redshirt sophomore was nominated as one of the top return guys in Division I football. Just this young man has come a long way, has done some outstanding things. He was one while he was in high school in the elite program. He would come early in the morning before school, just absolutely dedicated. And what he was able to achieve is just absolutely phenomenal. And so let us continue to go. Here's the Trilogy Elite alumni. Here on the top left, we have Ben McClain, who went to the University of Arkansas on a baseball scholarship. And then going across the top, Maddie Harris, she's at the University of Nebraska, participating in track and field. And then we have Mason Taylor, who's at Air Force. And then Amelia just recently left for Florida State for soccer during in January. And just a quick story about Amelia. She started training with me when she was turning 8, when I was still over on the Kansas side training. They came to a soccer camp that we had at 68 Inside Sports. And at that time, Amelia was also running track, but, just that she's one who's a product of the product. She's gone up through the program, and dad wanted to really get her ready to go and play at that high level. And so she finished out here and they left for Florida in January. And so here at the bottom, Lexi Hart, she's playing professional volleyball right now, but she went to the University of Minnesota. We have Mario Goodrich, who's still currently at the University of, he's at Clemson University. And then Addie Leitner, who went to Blue Springs South and had a scholarship to go on to play collegiate softball. All right, all of these went through this elite program. All right. So let us continue. So now we're going to get to the EAS rollout so we can really share with you all what this is about. So among the details that we're going to discuss here with the EAS program, we're going to talk about the customized performance programs that we lay out for your athlete, the nutrition tracking aspect of the program, the supplemental intake part of the program, skill-specific development, the hydration packet that we have with the elite program. And then finally, we're going to really discuss the Pro Talk mentorship, which is, to me, one of the most exciting aspects of the program for, since 2005. That is a initiative that I really have been working hard to get off the ground. And as the administration team assembled and come, everybody have come on board with the vision, we have really been able to move that forward. So again, excited to share with y'all on what that's about. Upon onboarding with the elite program, this is the cover of the packet that you as parents will receive, so that you can have something tangible in your hand to see, and be able to follow along with the process as we take the athlete through the elite aspect of our program. When we talk about the customization of our program, we have a performance map that's here, and then we also have the success pathway that's laid out. So we virtually, when they come into the program, these are the things we share with your uh, young athlete about how and what and when and where, because considering the fact that if you're going to do the elite program, then more than likely, your athlete has expressed to you that they have a desire to do their particular sport at the next level. And so what this elite program about is really now putting responsibility on them and out of your hands, and the accountability on our hands, to help them really understand what it's going to take to stay focused at the next level, what it's going to take to be able to, if they have not yet learned how to practice a skill called follow through, this is what this is about. So here in the success pathway, we walk them all the way down to how a lot of things that's going to shake out, from being able to get on camera and share with fluency, what they're experiencing, what they like, knowing how to be able to give a crisp and clean answer concerning what they're doing, as well as being 100% in tune with the process that they're going through, so they're able to measure their own successes with clarity. All right. That performance map allows them to know from month to month what period they're working on. They'll know exactly where they are with that program. You as parents will see the costs associated with the program, and they as participants in the program should be able to talk to where they are in their process, based on what we're sharing with them, because a lot of things that uh, we share with them should be conveyed, when they start the program, but most definitely iterated as they go through the coaching aspects of the program. All right. So make sure you as parents, if you have any questions, that you record those notes and get those answered. Now, these programs, and one of the things that I'm excited about with the nutrition tracking aspect of the program, is that we set their programs based on the caloric intake that they should have as an athlete after they go through the assessments here, and we find out their weight, their body mass index, fat percent, body water percent, and a few other anatomical measurements. We get a readout on what they should be doing at the level of athlete that they are. And so then we're able to reflect that in the app. We're able to check and assess whether they've eaten the things that's there. And not only that, but we talk back and forth with our young athletes about what they like, what they do not like, what we should be getting in, and what's going to be the most beneficial. And this is where we need you all as parents becoming more involved in this process, because one, you all are doing the cooking, at least I think you're doing the cooking, and it's our job to keep them as much as possible away from McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, and Papa John's, so that we can get necessary nutrition in to be effective for what the main goal is. with it. And so you as parents have the opportunity to go in and glance at what they should be doing, as well as jumping on the coaching calls, when you're available, to make sure that you and our staff are partnered together in this journey in helping them learn how to become more responsible and take on more accountability in how to go about being a effective athlete, especially when they get off from among your care and right up under your supervision, and they begin to hang out and be around others who may not have had a program like this. We want to send them in the best possible uh, way of equipping them before they head off to school. So this is why we do this. All right. This is our supplemental nutrition layout. We have the elite basic, we have the elite complete function, and then we have the elite diamond zone. Obviously, the elite diamond zone is set to give them the best bang for the buck, but more so, this is really not about the bang for the buck, more so what we're looking to do with the athlete. In referring to the elite diamond zone, the elite diamond zone, parents, I want you all to listen to me well here on this, is designed for us to maximize getting that young athlete to operate more in a metabolic output fashion of working out, meaning we need to maximize their VO2 max, their volume of oxygen carried throughout the blood, in 1 minute. We want to find out what that is, and we want to be able to max out that so that in training we can really get them to become more high performance based versus in the elite complete function that's more geared towards really focusing on like the muscular growth and reparative process with them. And then the elite basics just really getting them in to really learn how to start to develop a work habit, learning how to really go beyond their initial thresholds. And so that's kind of the difference in the three there. And if you have any other questions, I definitely can get those answered for you. But this, I can tell you, when I was coaching high school, I was a head football coach and I was a head track coach. And I can tell you, in producing some of the best athletes around, that, all of the guys that train with me and the girls can absolutely tell you that this brand of nutrition was my go-to. I myself, when I was playing, um, in my playing days, I used this because when the NFL did a ban in the early 90s on supplementation, they did not touch AdvoCare. And even to today, AdvoCare has a bowl game that they sponsor in the NCAA. But um, the NFL didn't touch it because this is a herbally based nutrition. It's not loaded with chemicals like a lot of the other things that you can get from GNC and the supplement store and all the other places. And I know what I'm getting. I know exactly the combinations that if I put combinations together, I know I'm not going to have any reactions, and neither are your athletes. And that's why they allowed this nutrition to remain. It's certified by the Olympic Committee, the MLB, the NBA, the NFL, you name it. You'll see AdvoCare around, because of the science and what it does in the body. And I'll just let guys like, some of the folks that's going to come on and give testimonials at the end kind of share their experiences in this area as well. All right, the hydration package, free with the nutrition, the elite program. What I wanted to do, we really researched this Kangen water and found out the absolute value in what's being given out here. This you talking about, there's not a Gatorade or Powerade or anything that's going to operate in the capacity that this water is going to do. We purchased this machine strictly to give it away to our athletes because we want them to perform as best as they can, and then the technology in it through the microcluster electrolysis effect of the water allows it to get down to the cellular level and begin to hydrate cells. And in fact, one of the clients that they purchased a hydration package with it, which if you're not on the elite program, that hydration package is $10 a month, and they can come and bring that lower container in and get that filled in, filled up every time they come to the gym. But he immediately came back to me after he got on the hydration package and said, man, his son came to him after, a basketball tournament, told him himself that he just did not get tired. And that's because hydration plays a key role, without all the added sugars and all the other things that's just going to throw you into you know, a standpoint where it's not beneficial to you. This is water. All right. But this is some of the best water you can get in terms of just everyday drinking, but definitely affects your performance level. And I'm not going to spend time on this, but this is a part of the package that we give this to your athletes. Every time they come in, they fill up on the Kangen water. Bill Gates has this on all his planes and his different venues that he have. And there's a lot that we can talk on this, but we're not going to spend time on this right now. Skill specifics. This is another thing that when we have them on the elite program now. This is where the crux of everything go. We're working them according to the transferable performance activities that we put together in their workouts. But then this is where we test out to find out whether or not they are able to produce what we need them to produce after they come out of the weight room and on their particular sports. We want to find out if they are having a specific transfer of learning and a transfer of performance aspects that we would like them to have. And this is why we are able to produce so many high athletes coming out, as you saw early on with the level of athletes that we're producing here with Trilogy Sports. This is why, because we are putting a total package together for these athletes. And that's me out there running against one of our athletes. And you can see I don't, as an old man, I don't look too bad out there. I hope you all can give me some kudos on that. All right. Absolutely. So let's talk about the Pro Talk mentorship. The goal of the program is to really, again, to start to put before them what we consider are the proper role models. Just because you played professional sports or because you are or a celebrity don't mean that you are the proper role model. But really, we want to put people before them that understand the ever-changing world and how you're finding out that more and more young men and women are starting to not have the passion for be the sports and or the activities that they're participating in as in prior generations. And that's because of distractions or they just not having the level of accountability or the reinforcement to really show that they can be successful at what they're doing. And so that's one of the things that we want to do. Scholarship, I mean, we're funding a lot of different things outside of sports in terms of, like our philanthropic opportunities where we're taking athletes out to petting zoos and farm experiences. I'm meeting with a gentleman this upcoming Monday where he and his wife, they have a whole 22 acres where they are providing uh, exterior experiences, you know what I mean, in life skills and learning, you know, how to really utilize, you know, other skill sets to, you know, survive off the land, things like that. We want to open up and cause these young men and women to become well-rounded. We have um, some financial uh, professionals that are donating time to start to teach financial literacy, you know, to these groups. So this is, you know, this is a overall goal, but at the base level of Pro Talk mentorship, what we're doing, you know, on a monthly basis, we're having professional athletes, professionals, you know, career wise, to come in, you know, therapists, professional athletes, to come in and share experiences with our athletes so they can really start to get a grip for what it means to not only play sports, but to want to have a desire to be successful as a human being and as a individual. And so this is our goal, along with a few other things. I won't spend too much time, but this is why we're excited, because we have some exciting people, exciting individuals who are ready to pour into our athletes, and not only our athletes, but, you know, a lot of, you know, troubled athletes. I spent time teaching in the alternative school settings for, you know, about 7 years. And I tell you what, you know, matter of fact, before this call, I had one of my students reach out to me and again, just thank me for just really being someone who was a constant in his life, who believed and who just poured into him, you know, positive feedback. And he had another young man with him uh, on the call, and you know he wanted to put a name in the face and just, you know, direct him to, you know, somebody that helped him out in life. And so this is what we want to do, just on a grander scale. Um, Here are the upcoming Pro Talk events that's going to be happening here in April and May and June and July. We're going to have Lexi Hart. She's going to go this month, just sharing with, you know, you all and our athletes, you know, what it meant to train with Trilogy, and how it affected her going over to Germany, being and having the opportunity to be a professional athlete in a foreign country, and some of the things she did preparing from leaving high school to how it affected her being a collegiate athlete. Robert Mathis is going to be coming on here, and that's going to be huge. All right. Then we have Sabrina Johnson, who is the mother of Shane Ray, who was one of our past clients. She's going to be sharing some exciting things and some, I think, to myself, I think a really, really important note that we should definitely pay attention to, because she's sharing some of the dark sides of, you know, what it means to be a professional athlete, and some, you know, pitfalls and understanding uh, going from a young teenager to all of a sudden coming into a large, large, large sum of income, you know, as Shane did, and what to watch out for. You know, some of the things she's going to share there, as well as uh, just encouragement, you know, to the next generation. Then Kevin Nickerson, who is out and a part of the Los Angeles Rams organization, talked to him a couple of days ago. He's going to be sharing some things here, as well as they're going to have a camp coming up here at the end of April. And so he's going to be, uh, you know, allowing us to share some things with our Trilogy athletes. So, you know, this is what Trilogy Sports is doing. Let's talk about how do you get into our elite program. And there's virtually two ways you can get into our elite program. One, you can test in by going through our Trilogy Elite Performance Assessment, which that has like 7 categories of things that you'll be tested in. We have a walk-in assessment that we know that you need to be able to do, that we call it the intro walk-in assessment, a minimum of 5 rounds. When you first come in, that gives us a look. Although some might not do 5 rounds right away, but definitely you have to do 80% or better on the sports skill criteria um, in that area. Now I've had parents come in and flat out say, "I know my athlete is elite. I know they can hang and do it and be responsible in the areas that you're going to require them to be." Um, Tentative to, and so we've seen it. Not there's not a lot that's been able to do that, but we've seen it. All right, and then the other way is that if they come in and we don't think they should go right into the elite program, I don't generally offer it. I either offer the platinum performance program or the gold performance. The elite, I don't generally offer them, or the staff comes and we sit down, we really look and we evaluate what's in the notebook. We look at the strength gains and say, okay, this athlete is ready. Then we would like to have a conversation with the parents on, really almost like a interview, because I want to know what's happening at home, what's happening at school, what is their level of responsibility like, because these are the things where we ask those questions, because in college, you find out that you're responsible for coming to the morning workouts, you're responsible for going to class, you're responsible for maintaining good grades. And so we want to put them in that mode and that mindset, when you know uh, you know desire to be a part of this program, or you inquire on how to be a part, or if we come to you as parents and ask, you to attend an invitational like this. All right. We're coming down to the end where we're getting ready to have Q&A, but I'm gonna just share a quick note about Emily Moorfield. She was one. She already signed as a junior to play soccer at K-State, and her dad, we went back and forth about her being an elite program, and I can tell you, Emily is elite. As you saw earlier, the girl that went to Florida State, Amelia, they were teammates. All right, and Amelia was ranked pretty high as a soccer athlete in the nation, and so Emily came over, and I tell you what, she is who uh, her dad say she was. So this is Shane Fredrickson. He will be leaving Lee Summit West to attend Northwest Missouri State to be a Bearcat. I'm not particularly excited about that, because I myself bled red and black with the Central Missouri State Mules. But anyway, I love Shane. I love his work ethic and everything that he does. And so, Shane, if you can unmute, I just want to, ask you a few questions about being in the elite program. Shane, are you present?
Yeah, I'm here. You hear me?
I can hear you well, Shane. Absolutely. Glad to have you on tonight. Number one, how do you like being in the elite program?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I never really thought I could work harder than I have here at Trilogy, but the elite program is just another step, and I never knew it was there. But now that I'm in it, I feel best that I ever have.
Absolutely, man. And you look good, man. I'm not just saying it, but what if you could talk to it, just maybe a sentence or two. What do you think is the biggest difference between you doing the platinum program versus getting an invitation to join us in the elite program?
Biggest difference for me is just overall my health. It's just I felt a lot better. I mean, there's a meal plan with it. It takes time and effort, but when you do it, the outcome from it is great. Also with the supplements, you just feel a lot better in the gym and overall. So I really enjoy it.
And so do you think the Pro Talk mentorship program, do you think that's going to be of some value to you and what you're trying to do? Or would you like to share anything with us about how it has affected you thus far?
Yeah, for sure. So the pro talk, it's played a really big role. Listening to Daniel Muir, NFL guy, so he is in the position I want to be someday, and listening to him talk, it just made me like it gave me a lot of motivation and a lot of support going through the process of college and everything, and a lot of good tips. So I really enjoyed it.
Absolutely, Shane. And one last thing before I let you go. I've watched you grow significantly, and this is why we invited the other parents on. We're not, and I'm asking you, do you feel like when you were a platinum athlete, do you feel like we shortchanged you, gave you any less?
No, sir.
Not at
I
all.
mean, you didn't shortchange me, but it's just a different level of working out. I mean, I was getting good workouts at the platinum level, but I never realized the work you actually can make me do it on the elite plan.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. And that's why I said it, because see, two things. Not only can we look and tell that you're different, but it takes on our end, it takes a lot more in what we're doing in holding you accountable. And it takes a lot more into making sure that when you leave here, you're going to do what some of the things I said. I always tell the story about Shane Ray. When he got down to the campus of Missouri University, he called me that first week. He said, I can't believe that they are trying to find a way to see if they could break me. And I said, what do you mean? He said, man, he said, they had me after practice and they put chains, those heavy chains around my pads, and they had me running all of these drills to see if like they was going to really run me down, and they couldn't do it. And he said, man, it's awesome, man, that I've trained at the level I trained with you because it prepared me for this. And then he comes right after that when he got drafted in the pros, and he said, man, he said, I can honestly say to this day that I have not had a workout on this earth that was worse than what I've gone through at Trilogy Sports and Fitness. And so, talking to that, Shane, I mean, the workouts we putting you through, brother, I mean, these are going to prepare you. Yes or no?
Yes, sir, for sure. I believe that.
Absolutely. And you're going to find out, and hopefully, and God willing, here in a year, everybody's going to see Shane Frederickson and see what you've done, because I'm looking and I know athletes. This is why I love the elite program, because this is where I really get an opportunity to get down and dirty. If you don't want me in your face, if you don't want me kicking your tail, if you don't want me riding you about what we need you to do, the elite program is not for you. And it's not like we ride you, we rode you in the platinum program, but again, there's a lot more hands here. Uh, and this is one of the reasons why I had Lee on here, because he has a group of athletes that's going to start attending the pro talks from Indiana. And see, then we got a branch that's getting ready to start rocking and rolling down in Kentucky. And so it's things getting ready to grow arms. But these are some of the folks that you're going to see, as their athletes perform and go to Division Ones. And so these are not only folks that you've had an opportunity to come together through Trilogy Sports, but these are networks, Shane, of people that you're getting ready to start to have access to and be a part of. Isn't that not awesome?
It's great,
Absolutely.
for
Shane,
sure.
thank you. Thank you for coming on. Go ahead and mute out. Uh, if you all are, serious about being a part of the elite program, again, here's our website, www.trilogyexplosion.com. If you have any other questions, feel free to call the office at 913-815-0293. Again, 913-815-0293. 0293. All right. Well, it should be 92. Sorry about that. I don't know. We got a typo there. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to say that we make mistakes
nine
sometimes.
zero
Is that right?
90. Yeah, they calling my phone. 9990.
90. Okay, got you. Got you. Dante's the guy in there. All right. And there's our email. Of course, our address. Most of you all know um, what it is. There's our hours of operation. And I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. And I'm going to bring my ugly face on. I've been here in the gym training all day. Haven't quite had opportunity to get there and shave up, but here's Corey Phillips. Here I am. And so I'm all open, all ears for any questions that you all may have. And we appreciate you all being on. And go ahead and fire away.